Hello everyone. Welcome to Fortitude Immigration's YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about the Canada-Ukraine authorization for emergency travel that came out on March 17th. We're just going to do some of the highlights. So basically what this program is, which is a temporary policy, it is allowing Ukraine nationals, which means you must have a Ukraine passport or national documentation to support that. They are offering a temporary resident visa or visitor visa to enter Canada. This visa is fee exempt, which means you do not need to pay the fees associated with the application. It is valid for 10 years or until your passport expires. It allows you to travel in and out of Canada as long as your visa is valid. And they will prioritize the application process, and it gives you the option to apply for a fee exempt work permit at the same time. And that work permit is good for 3 years, which is an open work permit. When you arrive at the border in Canada, they will give you the status, and that status is either a visitor or a worker if you've applied for the open work permit application, or a student if you applied and you are under the age of 18 to study in Canada. So you're dependent children in that matter. And like I mentioned, you can stay for up to 3 years at a time or until your passport expires. So basically what will happen is you need to be able to show that you have a valid Ukraine passport or another national identity document. And this also applies to if you are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated. You can enter Canada if you're not fully vaccinated. It also applies to those who are vaccinated for vaccinations approved by the World Health Organization, but isn't currently recognized for the Canadian Health Association. So basically, you can still travel into Canada and you still have to use the Arrive Can app. Now, biometrics are still required if you haven't given them in the past, and that is something that would be given, requested from you once you've submitted your application, and then you can give those biometrics to other vac centers outside of the Ukraine, obviously wherever you are seeking refugee status. A medical examination, you do not need a medical examination before entering Canada. However, if you normally need a medical examination to come, you will need to give a chest x-ray and blood test within 90 days after you've arrived into Canada. You do not have to pay fees for temporary resident visa application, your open work permit application, your study permit, biometrics, or if you are also applying for a temporary resident permit, which is different. But you can also, like I mentioned, for your minor children under the age of 18 can also apply to study in Canada, and you and your spouse can apply to work under an open work permit in Canada. Those applications are done from outside of Canada online, and there are just an application form. They have a special selection just for this policy that you would click on, and then right then you would also click on open work permit and or study permit. And that would walk you through the process. Now, family members of a Ukraine national are only spouses or common law partners, dependent children of yours, your spouses, or common law partners, or a dependent child of a dependent child. Now, those are the only people who fall under these special policies. Now, if you are inside Canada, then you can also be part of a fee exemption, which is a visitor for up to 3 years or until your passport expires, work for up to 3 years or until your passport expires, and of course, students for the duration of your studies. So basically, again, you can apply from within inside Canada. It's again online. It also has the same special policy. Once you click into and log into your online portal, it will walk you through all of the steps. Again, family members are defined the same way: spouse, common law partner, dependent children, and dependent children of dependent children. Now, documentation to prove that you are in relation to a Ukraine national would be a marriage certificate or proof of common law status, a birth certificate, or other documents that show family connection. For example, correspondence showing that you've already got a spousal sponsorship application in process. When you travel, like I mentioned, you'll need to have your travel documentation. And if you're already in Canada, you do not need biometrics at this time. Medicals, you may need to give medicals, but again, that would be determined once you submit your application, then you would get notification. And again, you do not pay fees associated with any of these applications. If you have any questions or you need more information, please feel free to reach out to Fortitude Immigration and I can give more detailed information, as there's a lot of information to go through and each case is case by case specific. So please feel free to contact us at 780-231-7552. You can contact me through Facebook as well, or through WhatsApp or email, whatever you need. If you're also inquiring for family members on their behalf, feel free to contact me as well and we can go through those steps. We are trying to get as many people here as we can under this temporary policy and help those who are trying to flee the Ukraine. Thanks very much.